a certain way, a certain size to be the GOAT conversation, and it's hard for guards. You know, like Allen Iverson is a lot of people's GOATs, and to me, he's great and influential, but he could never be the GOAT because he's 6'1", 6 feet maybe.
Dang.
You know, sorry, bro.
But if he was traded to a team with 2 of the top 10 players, then it's probably
he's amazing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he sucks. He's amazing. And
he had nothing but whack ass teammates his whole career.
True. Yeah, exactly. So do you put him not as great just because he couldn't win championships like that?
No,
because it's not his fault fully. But
it's like Charles Barkley's never won a chip at all, and he was undersized at power forward and one of the best ever.
Yeah, you got to respect Charles.
But people never put him in that GOAT conversation because of the championship situation.
Charles.
I mean, that's how it is. Even with football, look at Brady. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sad.
Shout out Tom Brady, bro.
That's the problem with team sports, man. The debate isn't as easy with team sports versus individual sports. You know,
it's an excuse to stay in the bar longer. The argument.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna talk to some like old ass fat white dude that's just like
so Bill Burr.
Yeah, it's like Pete Maravich. You never seen Pete Maravich?
Yeah, nah, he gonna say Larry Bird, the greatest.
Oh, of course, but at least that's somewhat. I understand why white people would say that.
I think Burr is. I think Burr is a Michael guy actually. So.
Well, Michael was their little bro. Got to remember, him and Magic were Michael's big brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
Magic.
Dude, it's so funny when people, white people, are all about Larry Bird. They're like, yeah.
Well, I mean, because it's about it's like what they say is representation. When it's dominated by black people, you see one white guy out there fucking balling and be able to hang with these fools. That's their GOAT.
That's like the Eminem is the greatest rapper argument. That's why Demo goes so hard for Eminem.
Hey, that's why you can't talk to an Asian person that plays basketball and not mention Jeremy Lin. You know what I mean?
Oh my God,
Jeremy Lin, especially growing up in the Bay Area, man. Jeremy Lin's been the man since high school. You know, he was the truth.
Well, for Asians.
Well, he was balling up black people, bro, and that's all we need. All the credibility we need.
He didn't get his shine till that New York stint.
Nah, but he was already good. I mean, you know how it is. People that make it to the NBA, even if you're not good in the NBA, you're good in high school. Obviously, you're dropping 50 points, in high school.
It's a lot of these people, but it's just
then they end up in the G League or something.
Exactly. I mean, look at LeBron's kid, right? Even though LeBron's kid was never even that good in college, right? He's averaging 6 points a game.
Shit, his season got stopped short of a heart attack.
One and done, bro. Which is
hey, but he's playing better now.
No, he'll be fine.
He won't be his size is not up to par.
Player, bro.
See, now you're on my page. Size queen. See?
He will handle the NBA load. He just won't be anything special, bro. That's all.
He can't. You know why? Because he's 6'1", 6'2", bro. Just saying.
The thing is, it's not even that about that. He doesn't have his game isn't so flashy. Like you talked about Iverson earlier, his game was crazy. You talk about Steph Curry's game, you know what I'm saying, game changing.
Yeah. But maybe he brings it back to the old school, how it's not flashy, it's just classic normal basketball.
It won't be him that does that. It won't be him.
It's we're bringing it back to the original.
The next LeBron will probably be a beast. The next
if you're
Bryce, everybody said.
If you're just joining us, we're talking about basketball because we just got to the half of the Warriors game that is not going that great.
Not good.
The Warriors are up 3-1.
They had no chance of winning this game. This stupid trap ass game.
But I'll say this, and I'll say it again on basketball just to put it in the universe. LeBron, everyone's like, oh, when is he going to retire? He's going to retire soon, but he's going to wait until Bryce makes it so that he could break history again with the two of his sons together with him.
Yeah, so you have to admire LeBron's longevity at this point because no one's been able to keep their body as intact. He's probably playing hurt right now as we speak.
Yeah.
But he is a dog, bro. This is what he does.
How does he
flying, dunking on motherfuckers?
Does he go to bed? It says he goes to bed. He it's 14 hours of sleep. What is it that
he takes a nap midday. That's what it is.
Oh, is that what he says? He likes to sleep midday. That's his trick.
Takes a nap midday and drinks a bottle of wine at night.
All these NBA guys, they always take naps. Always.
Wow.
Yeah, they have to take naps because apparently, if you watch one of those videos, what they actually have to go through on game day, it's a whole ass work day, bro. It's not just they show up to the game and play like a league, men's league.
The best NBA players always take naps. Like Tracy McGrady was known for his naps. You kind of see it in his eyes. But
yeah,
you got a nap, bro.
Well, it's different, bro. Their body, they like 6'6", 6'7", you know.
Yeah, they're sleepy anyway, bro.
And they running all the fucking time at that, like, you know what I'm saying? We dying running at our age. I mean, in our body types, imagine that, like, all that, like, up and down.
Whoa.
At like 6'8", bro. It's crazy.
It's all the fucking joints they do too.
Yeah. That's why Zion's so
bro.
good.
Hey, it's all good, bro. I'm rolling around 6'5", able to move, no problem.
Oh yeah, that's crazy to be 6'5" and short. Like, what does that mean?
It's crazy, dude.
I mean, that's just like Curry, bro. Like Curry's 6'3", and they look at him like a small guy, like you were just saying, Davy Jones.
Curry looks like he's like 5'10" on the court. Like, you know?
6'3" is crazy.
Dude.
You know what I mean?
I'm definitely 6'5" when I get up on that second step, you know.
Like even Iverson, like there's like he's small, but like 6 feet, 6'1". Imagine us being
you'd say that person's tall if it's just a regular guy in the office.
You're
like, oh, dude, you're 6'1", dude. You're pretty tall.
Shout out Allen Iverson, man. He went out his way to shake my hand because he heard me tell my girl he's low key one of the greatest to ever do it.
He was like, who said that?
He really appreciated that. Came back and shook my hand.
That's cool.
It just sucks with him. He just had that attitude and like for sure messed up more years of him that he could have been playing because you know he was just fucking off and just being too hood with it.
Oh, yeah, he was calling people the F word in his rap songs back at the time. It wasn't popular.
That's early 2000s rap.
That was cool though back then.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could bring it back now, right? Because Trump's in office. So. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Dang, that's such a small percentage. I was curious about it. There's only 14% of men are 6 feet or taller in the United States.
That's crazy, and the majority of them just all in basketball playing.
How many of them are wasting their athletic bodies on nothing, bro? Like your name is Chad and you work at Amazon.
Oh, hell yeah. I say this all the time, bro. It's crazy. When I was a kid, I wanted to be 6'10", right? Because I was into basketball. So I was like, yeah, I'm 6'10". I wrote that shit down in like 3rd grade. Like, I would be 6'10" in the NBA. Like, I don't know why 6'10" was like the height. But,
bro, your teacher was like, this Asian ass nigga.
Yeah, it's like this fool thinks he's Yao Ming.
Well, I mean, hey, to your credit, Davey, pretty tall for an Asian guy, I gotta say. So you know,
I'm the tallest person in my whole extended family, and I'm not even.
Like
I'm piping for an Asian, bro.
You're good.
Yeah, but you know, I forgot what I was gonna say. So
yeah, no, it's good. Well, I mean, it's always funny to talk about like the height thing, and it's just like people don't really recognize.
Oh yeah,
sorry. How rare of a thing it is for people to be like over 6 feet
Dude,
tall.
When I go to Enterprise,
you know?
Enterprise, and I see all these like ex-college athletes that are just working there in the office, bruh. And it's just like some dude's 6'9", and this fool's like, "Hey, you want me to grab this little car for you?" I'm like, "Bro, what the fuck?"
Right.
So you're sitting at his desk.
Your heart ain't into this, dog. You can just tell.
Yeah. Like you just missed your chance.
They just become wrestlers.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, man, I'm glad I'm not 6'10". Working.
Well, there's just like also athleticism versus like, you know, there's like a lot of people that go up that high. It's just like they just don't got the athleticism at all. Like they're just bones in a sack, bones in a stilt costume, you know?
Well, that's the thing. You could be hella tall like that, but then you have no like what's it called? Hand-eye coordination.
Right, right.
Like, you know, you got 2 left feet. You can't fucking, you know what I mean? You can't.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a lot of young kids that are super tall that I knew growing up. Like if they were super tall, I was like, oh, you should play basketball. And they just like were the worst.
Yeah. I remember
grew up looking like the blue dude from Space Jam.
I remember I was hey, let's do some peaked in high school storytelling here. I remember when they had this like big, huge, fucking tall, like over 6'5" linebacker that was on the other side of the ball from me. And I remember just thinking to myself, it's like, I bet he folds in half. And I just fucking did. It was like I got yelled at for doing it because I didn't need to do it. I could have just went around him, but I went straight through this fucking guy. And sure enough, zero athleticism. He like you know those like those
the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
He's hella skinny.
Oh yeah, he was huge, dude. He was a string beat. It was like, you know those skeletons they have at Halloween that people are like do the chiropractic things. Like that's the noise his body made when I hit him. Like it was just so bad. I just plowed right. And I fucking
that boy enrolled in volleyball real quick after that.
Yeah, he was like, "Who's this fucking?" Yeah, because that was funny as hell. That's a peaked in high school story. I remember, dude, I got so yelled at. They were like, "You could have gotten way more than 5 yards," and I was like,
They said Saw Jimmy was Peyton Hillis before Peyton Hillis.
They said, dude.
I remember
No,
he
for
liked
sure.
Saw Jimmy was a Mike Allstott fan.
There you
Hey,
go.
my
That's
God.
what they-
yeah.
I was number 44,
Man.
and they gave me those big fucking dumbass
The
pads.
shoulder
The
thing.
neck,
Oh,
the
the Howie
neck
Long
ones,
pad?
the neck roll.
Yeah, they gave me the neck roll too, and they thought it was like a joke until I actually went out there and would run the ball like Allstott, and it was just like they were like, we shouldn't have fucking encouraged him to do this because he's
I used
trying
to
to
put that
tackle
on my.
people with the ball in his fucking hands.
I used to always put that shit on like my creative players in like Madden in the early 2000s.
The
Big
neck
ass
roll.
Bro, I did it on NCAA this year on a quarterback. Like, he got a neck roll.
He just
That's
looks
hilarious.
stupid as fuck for no
Hey.
reason.
I can't
Swole Asian dude as a quarterback.
I can't say that it did not. It didn't help really shit, but it certainly helped me get the 2 concussions I got in my short football period of my life because
Damn.
my head wouldn't move. There was no give. So
You're just resisting every hit. Every
Yeah,
Out there
every
looking like
single
Craven, the football player, for no
dude,
reason.
they were like they kind of gave up after a while on that. They were like, it's good for short yardage, but let's this dude just wants to hit people. Let's not. Yeah, I didn't quite get it at the time. I was like, this is the point, right?
Yeah,
Just
run
getting my
people
young
over.
teenage aggression out.
Oh man, that's crazy. Speaking
yeah.
about that debate, since we're just talking about some weird shit first before we get into any serious shit, the popular viral debate, man. I wish Demo was on here to talk about this, but he's just,
Oh,
sus.
yeah.
But yeah,
Tired, dude, let him sleep. It's fine.
yeah. Why don't you
He's
go to bed?
He's watching the
bitch?
game, bro. He ain't sleeping.
Don't hate. We were just talking about big boys needing a nap. Debo's a big boy. He needs a nap.
Yeah,
man.
he's
You know?
he's the tallest one out of anyone. So
Yeah, he's like what 6'3", right? Like 6'3".
Yeah.
6'3".
Well,
Yeah.
but with his engineering fucking shoes, maybe he's 6'4". But
yeah, exactly.
why don't you go to bed, bitch?
Just like I'm 6 foot in Crocs, dude. You got to add the shoes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, the big viral debate is, can 100 men take on one silverback gorilla?
Did it say silverback is just any gorilla, right?
Or just a full-grown gorilla, right? And I mean, I don't know. I feel like I was already debating with my homies in another group chat and I definitely disagreed with them. I felt like 100 guys technically, in theory, could. I mean, I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but I feel like with pack mentality and using our brains and opposable thumbs, that we can,
No,
I mean, like, what's our
yeah,
size? Are we averaging it? Like, what's our average size of the guy?
average size, 6 feet tall.
Average
6
size. So we're going for
Sure, like
we're in the
200 pounds.
We're above average then.
Well, what's average? Like 5'8"?
5'7".
5'9".
5'7" is what is like average.
Bro.
What is the average American height.
5'8".
but that's like it's
5'8",
strength
there
in
you
numbers, bro. Because look at
That's
even
what I
from this
say.
AI video, like while he's fucking up them 1-2, everybody's just
everyone needs
staring.
to jump
Everybody
in.
should be on top, like already, like putting their fucking
Okay, yeah.
hands in his eyes, grabbing his nuts.
That
you
is
know what I
5'9".
mean? Like, yeah.
Fingering
You know
his
what my
ass,
favorite-
fisting his ass, all this
My
shit.
favorite reaction from this was somebody that invented a Twitter handle at Gorilla, and all he tweeted was, "Y'all got me fucked up." I thought that shit was hilarious. That shit was great.
That's funny as hell, dude.
That's fucking
Yeah,
hilarious.
I mean, it's so if we're just gonna like average American man, 5'9",
5'9", 180. How about
170,
that?
Yeah, 180, 5'9",
Around that,
180.
give or
That's
take.
See,
Yeah,
the thing is, like the first 20 are gonna get fucked up, but then if you strategize it right and like a thing like that, the next 80 should be able to do it.
Yeah, 101, it's fucked. Like, no way. Or like
The first
no,
guy
like,
is the
getting on
martyr.
waves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the first guy is getting it. Unless everybody charges him at once, then you have a chance of which first guy is gonna get
Exactly.
murked
right.
first.
Somebody has to strike the testicles or something sensitive, a weak spot in the gorilla.
Because imagine like 100 Brock Lesnar's against the gorilla. They smoke.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
rap.
they're just standing
That's
there.
rap.
It's like
Yeah, it's
Bruce
rap.
Lee movie etiquette.
Yeah, if you
They're
do it
just-
that, then hell no. Hell no.
Yeah.
Stupid. But
Yeah,
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 this
some
is
a lot of
what
my
I
friends said
learned.
no.
This debate traveled its way into work, and there was a dude. He trains MMA.
Yeah.
And this motherfucker.
Oh, of course. Here we
He said,
fucking go, dude.
I can take 4 of you on, and he used like Ted Thomas Wheezy. He used me as an example as one of the 4 that he could take at the same time. And
Nah.
there were people that actually subscribed to this just because he trained. And I'm like, bro, they train against 1v1s. What are they going to do when Ted is biting his leg And I'm like,
Yeah,
like,
you talking about street fighting? Yeah,
But-
no.
Yeah.
there's no
the
way
thing
you're
is, though,
taking
too,
4
like
of us.
it depends how good he's like how much he trains. Like, cause imagine if like the 4 that he named, and then imagine against John Jones. John Jones is leaving the room unscathed.
John Jones will mop the floor with us, but bruh
Yeah,
ain't nice like that, bro.
Right, John Jones.
I've introduced you to this guy, bro. You guys would see him and be like, "Oh hell no, I'm gonna take the 4 coworkers." You feel me? Like, this shit has sparked a whole different debate amongst people that's leading to unhealthy discussions.
Hey, pack mentality is a real thing
Well,
in
I mean,
my opinion, right? So,
hey, what MMA does he train in though? Like,
Bruh,
what's
just
the thing?
all
with
of it mixed.
special
all
Well,
of it.
talent?
MMA is
My
mixed
God,
martial
dude.
arts, bro. It's everything.
Nothing
I
special,
know
bro.
fucking shit, but everybody's got like
Nothing
their,
that
like,
makes him
specialty
Neo.
or-
Nothing that makes him Neo from the Matrix to fend us off
Yeah,
like this.
it's like
Specializes in delusion.
capoeira.
Like-
It's like with a specialization in capoeira. Like, or
Well, no,
whatever.
it's the thing though, bro. Nowadays, since we're so like past the birth of MMA, now people just train like MMA now. It's not like, oh yeah, I got jiu-jitsu on the weekend. It's everything now.
Yeah, that's
Well,
why a
I
lot of
know
the
those
kids,
guys,
the
like-
young guys, are good now because
All these new young kids like coming up,
Yeah.
they're good in everything. Back then, it's like literally a grappler versus a striker, striker
Yeah.
versus striker, grappler versus grappler.
I mean, that's great for the game, right? That's
Uh,
that
Yeah.
sweetens
Yeah.
the pot a little bit. for
But
sure.
yeah, do you guys all think 100 humans? Do you trust 100 humans men could take them, or you think the
Yes.
gorilla will win?
yeah, sure. Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
think
enough
100%.
humans could do it, bro.
I think 100 people would be cool because then also the gorilla's gonna be gassed from fucking up 30 people like off the rip. So he's
would
not
think,
like the
yeah.
gorilla's gonna be cocaine gorilla or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So like
yeah,
he's
right.
gonna be tired too.
I mean, got to think about this too. People have less people have fought off bears before, and it's like that's
Yeah,
that's a thing.
I will say this though, my homie that believes in the gorilla would win, he did send some information from a scientist talking about what gorillas, like how strong they are, how thick their
They're
skin is. You
insanely
can't just stab
strong.
it. Normally, it's like way thicker and things like that. So I get it. Like it's not going to be fighting like a huge human, but it's like 100's different. If it was like 10 dudes, like no way. Like in a fist fight, nah, you're not beating the
Yeah.
gorilla. But I
Notice-
would hope that we would use our brains and not just try to fight fire with fire. Like we're gonna
Right.
set traps or use branches and
Strength in
whatever we
numbers
find.
here. Notice in this AI simulation, there's no one approaching behind him to hit him in the balls or anything. Low blow.
So,
Like,
yeah, fit in the ass.
fingers in the nose, fingers in the eyes, bro. You gotta rake out his eye. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get his eyes and shit like that. That
Yeah,
gorilla. I mean, you're getting your
absolutely.
head squished like a melon, but you're getting that fucking eye out for sure.
I said some people were gonna have to be sacrificed. All right, it wasn't
Absolutely.
100 dudes coming out
no
of it.
doubt about
First-
it.
First 15, 20, even maybe 30, bro. Like shit.
yeah.
But once they start dying, then it's looking ugly because we're having less and less men to fight back. So
Yeah. You got to just kind of give up on it too.
if he wipes out 50, the first 50, then I don't trust
Hey,
that the rest of the 50 can take on this.
Hey, here's humankind though. Check me out. Fuck that gorilla. Give just one dude a spear.
Oh, okay. One dude.
Dusted. Just the one guy. Fuck it. One
You
guy.
think
a
so?
spear. You got it. Yeah, you got it.
Caveman style.
Yeah, fucking gorilla runs at him. He sticks it out, goes through its dumb fucking head. Rat.
What if it doesn't though and it breaks? I don't know.
I mean, that's that's just
Hey.
a chance. I mean, you just got to think, basic caveman mentality. If a guy can sit there, and I mean, when was the last time a gorilla saw a dude just holding a spear waiting for him? Not a long time. That thing will charge right at bro.
What
A
about if it's
gorilla
100?
will fuck you up. Though.
What about if it's 100 of the?
Yeah.
What about if it's
Fighting
100 of the
fuck that.
cousins?
A big sturdy spear, big ol' ass spear, like one of those, like a Spartan spear, bro.
I wouldn't even fight the gorilla with the spear with all of us in it with the spears. All of us with spears.
That's easy.
Really?
We all
No
got
problem.
spears, bro.
Nah, hell no. I don't
not
trust y'all. Y'all
smoking
go
before
for it.
this fight. That's all I know. 'Cause
Yeah,
as I sit
no
here
problem.
getting higher and higher, this sounds
No
like
problem. No
terrible.
problem. I would be like, all right, just run hella fast, and then I would handle it with the spear by myself.
Well, I'm
I
saying
got
like
it,
when he's
bro.
attacking y'all, somebody would have to go for the back and have
why
the
is he
spear go up
attacking
his
us?
ass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
While
exactly.
he's
dirty.
attacking you, will come
I'll
from the
fucking-
back and
I'll jump
no
on
hit
that
him.
thing like Rico from Starship Troopers. Just fucking right on his back, dude.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
I don't know what
Yeah.
my role would be in this. I think I would
Nah,
just
hell
hang in the
nah.
back
I'm
and throw a
Like
shoe
Link,
at him.
Come down on the like Link like fucking Smash Bros. Hot.
You
I
jumping
know
out
if
of the
Demo was
tree.
here, if Demo was here, he'd probably
yeah,
be saying,
dude.
"Oh, I'll scrape a gorilla," because he'd be saying some dumb
Yeah.
shit right now.
Nah, bro, he's scientific
Bruh,
enough that he.
All
wouldn't
it
be
takes
saying-
for him is to hit one of those Donkey Kong Smash Bros. Down.
Oh, yeah,
B
you're
moves
done.
on you, and it's
Pop you like a
that'll
pimple.
take out 4 niggas at once.
He's got the ground and pound, but it's like not even doesn't even need to hit the actual ground.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, I guess we'll wait for Mr. Beast to pay someone some money to do these
Yeah,
type of
like,
things and find out.
Today on Mr. Beast, I have found 100 convicts that are willing to fight for freedom against one gorilla.
100
Today, like, yeah,
That's
For
dope,
what,
bro.
bro?
Fight for your freedom. See, that's
Yeah.
different. I
100
would.
crackheads,
See,
bro.
that's
100
is that
different.
what they're gonna do?
100
with the
convicts would get rid of
MS-13?
a gorilla quick, bro. They in there
Yeah,
For their freedom?
surviving
Hell yeah.
They
already.
playing
so,
dirty,
a
bro.
gorilla,
They
that's
gonna-
Fool, hey,
they
fool,
gonna-
break yourself, girl ass bitch. Puto, hey, come here, man. It's
they
fucking
gonna have
start
the
stabbing
they gonna have
them
the
with a
shiv.
fucking
You know what I
shiv.
mean?
Shit, they might
And
fucking fuck the fucking gorilla.
Oh damn, that'd be all bad. If it's a female gorilla. Oh.
Oh, no, dude.
Nah, it doesn't matter.
Beep.
Uh,
Oh, man. Sheesh.
What are we doing?
I
Hey,
don't
nah,
know,
but
man.
this is
I
what's
told you
happening,
we
bro.
were
This
just
shit
gonna
went
chill.
hella viral, bro. It's like
Dude,
everybody. keeps
Hey,
talking
bro.
about it.
Mom's not here, bro. Mom's not here.
Yo.
Demo is like not in the building, bro. We got this. This is fun.
yeah. We had another fan question, but I'm gonna save it for Demo because I feel like it was part of
Oh.
Demo's. The fan really wanted Demo
Damn
to
it.
answer this question, so we might have
It
to
must
save
be
it.
Gago. Demo's #1 fan.
Yeah.
Hey, could you actually ask
It's
Gary?
rubbed on religion.
God damn it. Hey, could you ask Demo about this one thing, dude? I think that he would be able to get the dopest answer about this.
We're playing Hell Divers. Demo's nowhere to be found. Hey, yo, can you ask Demo this question for me, though, bro?
Oh yeah, dude. I hope he thinks that's funny that we got his impression down at least.
Hey, he gets roasted every episode at this point. Ever since I called him a dumbass on live there.
Oh, dude.
Man,
That's
shout
the
out
original
Gagos, the
impression.
homie.
Yeah, hell yeah, brother. All right, so
Let's get into more serious shit, bro.
oh yeah, let's talk about dystopia. You know, let's talk about the state of our country at the moment, fool.
Oh shit, fool.
It's just like the gorilla. It's fucked.
Yeah. So let's just like do quick hit runs
Oh.
here. UPS is gonna lay off 20,000 workers and close 73 facilities.
Heard
Sounds
that.
like that's gonna suck. Yeah.
What's up with all this to make people like just lose their jobs and be miserable, bro? That's
Bro,
the agenda here.
Well, they're pushing this now for Amazon to take over.
Yeah, well, that they want a private dude. The whole way I explained it to somebody, one of my friends who are like not very tapped in, and was
1%.
like, why the fuck dude? Why are they doing all of this shit? And it's just like it's very simple. They're breaking it apart and they're privatizing everything they can. They're getting their cash. And
Everything.
That's that. Everything they can. Like
Yeah.
you know, another example of this is that the FDA, check your milk. The FDA is going to suspend milk quality testing as well because of workforce, and they're going to pass that on to also the vendors. Like Costco is going to have to do their own dairy testing. They're doing the same thing for many other different kind of regulatory entities. And I mean, some of these private companies are going to definitely have the money to compete and like do their own testing and stuff, but any new business is completely fucked by this. Like they're not going to have any opportunity to start up anything new because
But even if you're the established company, bro,
Now
this
the-
unexpected expense that you very huge expense
it sucks.
that you're gonna have now is
Yeah.
something that you just gotta fork out to live, bro. That's crazy.
Right.
For somebody that wants American
they
businesses to thrive.
But the other aspect of this is that his inner circle, right? Nobody's going to be pushing against him at all, or else they'll just get the boot. I mean, even look, Elon Musk packed his bags and he's out of there too. No one gets to steal the spotlight. No one gets to correct Trump. He's on his fuck you tour, and that's that. And that's how it's going to be. And I mean, even the Walmart executives and a few other just gave Trump the heads up that after the shipping lanes have been kind of closed in LA and many major ports, we're looking at potentially having bare shelves coming up because of all the imports not coming from China anymore. But he's like, oh, whatever. I mean, today they were talking to him and he was like, they said something to the effect of like, oh, well, kids were used to having $30. Now kids can just have $2. They'll be fine. Maybe they'll be a little bit more expensive. Like, again, it is an echo chamber in the White House right now. It's going to get very, very weird in the coming weeks. And we're going to see more and more stuff like this because they just want to break it apart, spread it out. That's it. What'd you get that's so funny?
My dad called me an asshole via text message.
All right, there you
It's
go.
unrelated, but
That
you're
well
right
deserved.
though. You're right though, because this is actually like, everything is centered around money.
Right.
To
Yeah.
whatever extent it does to people, and to Elon, the Elon thing, man. It's funny because he's nowhere near the front page of the news now. Like that,
Ducked
he's just
out.
out of their cabinet.
Well, because
Yeah.
it was also looking like, a lot of people were like saying it was like, looking bad. He's always with Trump and then trying to push Tesla. So he's still with him at the UFCs though. So shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, they still play.
Yeah, I mean, it still
Xbox
seems like
together.
they're not gonna get rid of. Yeah, right. They're still he's still gonna be present just because all of the people are gonna be present in that inner circle. I think
1%.
yeah, literally, yeah, the 1%, if not even less than that. I think that are you guys familiar with those two twins that helped start or kind of got the idea of Facebook stolen from them by Zuckerberg? They just recently started up like an executives circle that you could buy into to get close proximity to Trump. Like you can literally buy into the inner circle. And they fired that up recently, and executives from all different companies have been forking out money to do it.
Trump's all about the money, bro. Look
That's
what he's
like an
doing.
NFT.
Look what he's doing with all the rappers when giving pardons to all the rappers, just asking for his fee. You know what I'm saying?
Not Dave. It's a trusted membership, but it's just with the almighty dollar.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You got it's like, well, remember when NFTs were super popping and like the rich people had to buy a certain NFT to get access to this party or this yacht club or whatever it is.
Right.
And man, I almost got an NFT for Hot Pot, no lie.
Yeah.
There's a
Ain't
spot.
worth nothing no more. Huh?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the NFT is just like a membership for like whatever restaurant or whatever. For me, the one I was getting
like
for Hot Pot.
Those apes though are like whatever. Now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
they're worth like nothing now compared to.
So here's the actual report. Last night, a new club opened in Georgetown neighborhood in Washington D.C. called Executive Branch. It is an invite-only club backed by Donald Trump Jr. and mega donor Omid Malik. And so it's just kind of like they're, just to get a little history nerd with you a bit. The president Grant, who came after Lincoln, and then the one after that, he used to, where lobbying first kind of began, he would kind of have a club that people would show up and like ask the president for favors. So they're kind of like redoing that again, it sounds like. So yeah,
history repeats itself.
A little bit, yeah. I mean,
notice whenever we talk about some political shit, Nesto like lights up.
Yeah, bro, he's gotta. Yeah, I get it though, man. It does. Like he's got to, dude.
Oh
fuck, bro.
Nah, it's just like it's getting scary hours are coming, bro. Like they're talking about recession by June 1st. So like,
yeah,
bro.
Well, then they're like
shit's all fucked up, like with the jobs, like, and then the sanctions with China, you can't get shit. It's like hella companies are like, falling off because of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's weird times, man. And it sucks that America is not maybe in the stronghold.
Yeah,
well, that's another discussion.
Not in that inner circle, man. That's kind of why I'm talking about it. Like, if I had to put myself in the mindset, like if I had to try and read between the lines of like what they're thinking is working, but it's not.
It's just like
they just really legitimately think that like privatization like this is going to work out and that everything's great, but it's just kind of out of touch shit. It's almost like 1980s thinking.
But like the shit that they're doing now is like, how bad is it going to impact like past ours, like the future, not even the upcoming. We're seeing like the beginning of this shit, but what about for like your kids or whatever, like or even it's gonna be crazy, like unless we just have like a zombie apocalypse shit go down. But yeah, it's crazy shit, bro.
Yeah, there's gonna be some shit that needs to get fixed for sure. And the debate is that people would think that, oh, this is exactly what we asked them to do. But I mean, here's the big thing, the big leveler is if those shelves do go empty, the one thing that makes American go fucking crazy is if they don't have their treats. The one thing that keeps us from recognizing kind of like the semi-dystopian reality we live in is when people can't go to the fucking enjoy movies, can't enjoy Netflix, can't enjoy snacks, can't enjoy tech. Like that's the argument all the time. It's like, well, at least you have an iPhone. It's like, well, if the iPhone runs out, then what the fuck are we gonna do? That's when you're gonna actually get people getting fired up. Honestly.
That's why they're gonna create them shits like that movie, that new Chris Pratt movie where they fucking put on that 3D thing and they just zombie out for like hours because they're just
Yeah.
in whatever they're doing.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of weird. I mean, the one that I don't know if I had to, the one that really is like getting crazy to me that kind of people sleep on a little bit is just like how close these ICE raids are getting to people's doorstep. Like I had one where my neighbor was like posting about it, and like just ICE was just out in their front, armed cops, like 4 of them. I've never seen police in my neighborhood, you know, like this. You know, you see your patrol car go every now and then, but like genuinely down the street, armed vehicles, guys in fucking tactical gear showing up at somebody's house to like check it out. And it's like, what? Like who's so serious that they're in there and then they're like deporting kids with like cancer and shit to, you know, yeah, like it's weird that they think that this is helpful. It's not really. I'm not personally helped by it. I don't really know who's personally helped by this.
This administration is not in place to do what's best for you. And like, you know, with that in mind, the fact that people still voted for this is crazy to me. But you know,
yeah, I mean it's fucking outside doors. Like people are
the hate, bro. The hate fuels everything, and
right.
It just shows you
the hate out fuels what's best for you.
Or what's you know what I mean? That's how it is, unfortunately.
Well, because part of it is that they recognize, like, the whole reason that a lot of people voted for Trump is because they wanted somebody to pay. So, like, because like the system has not worked for people for like a very long time. It hasn't worked for like the middle people for a very long time. So you get in a big enough group and be like, have somebody that's going to give them the answer to what their problem is. And Donald Trump said, oh, it's the liberals, immigrants, this and that. And they're going to like, yeah, fuck them. And then they're going to put that guy in office, and then he's going to dump on the people that they're pissed off at. And as long as those people are in pain or suffering, that they can get distracted from their actual, you know, whatever they're dealing with personally. It's like, hey, you know what? I can't afford healthcare. My kids can't afford good schooling, but at least those fucking liberals are getting their asses kicked. Am I right?
Yeah, that's why.
Fucking pat themselves on the back.
But what sucks though is like, there's no argument though, like for what was good, because like Biden was fucking up like the last couple of years, right?
Sure, yeah.
No.
Like, he's part of the reason this happened.
We can't neglect that, and that's what I'm always big on. Like, you know, I'm not even about somebody that sways in either direction. You just have to hold whoever's in charge accountable.
Right. Yeah. There's not, that's the problem with the duality, you know, of our politics, is that you're thinking that there's always going to be one answer that's going to fix the one, or that like, but it's two wings of the same bird. They haven't been working for us for a long fucking time. Like they've
on a lighter note, just because it's been very dark, we knew this was going to get dark. On a lighter note, what does it sound like when RFK has to tell us that everything will still be okay at the end of the day?
Don't worry, by the time that this administration is over, you're going to have plenty of Skittles dyed in bug's blood, and bug's blood is actually filled with iron and protein. So most of us are going to be doing much better at the gym and having great gains. You should take your mom, your sister, your children to the gym. And by the end of this, we're all going to be swole, bro. Shit, bro. Yeah, dude. Yeah, fucking RFK, man.
You really picking on him, bro.
Bro, dude, fucking
he does it hella good.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of people on that one yet, man. You know,
that shit might be damaging your vocal cords doing that.
Hey, bro,
that's not that hard, dude.
I don't really see people doing that shit. We're gonna have to clip like the last week or something.
I'm telling you, man. Between last week and this week, we got some. That's why I threw that out there for him to dunk that. Because
our RG is like RIP to our.
That's been a very slept-on impersonation we got. That's probably not out there quite yet on the internet. So you always hear a lot of things here first on Gen G podcast. Just know, and like Davy Jones saying, "Why we gonna see Kanye in the rafters like Sting?" Literally, like what? How many months later he's in there like Sting,
sucking dick in the rafters?
He's just like
sucking dick in the rafters.
Yeah, dude. Fucking
living the dream.
What's crazy is like he's still doing his thing though. Like now people are still like, academics is still writing tough for Kanye, like because they just released Donda 2 on everything and then had to take it off because people were like, oh, you gotta pay me for putting my shit out there. But yeah, it's crazy how Kanye people are still like fucking with him. Like this is wild.
I mean, hey, dick sucking ain't a sin.
Like even with him sucking dick, like they're still like,
ding.
bruh. He's still getting love, and like after that, they kind of just like for anything he does, like his clout is just like, okay, we sweep it under the rug. Kanye's like a little dick. It's okay.
Man, but I guess he dropped the album on whatever cutty ass website you get.
Yeah, and he put it on tour, some shit. And they're like,
probably slaps.
yeah. Check it out. Here's what you do. You go onto the website. You actually type in XXXOXHEAD, and then you go through the portal. You go to the dark web. You download that, and it's just saying I gave my cousin head over and over and over again. That's what that is. Yeah, that's the
like
promotional.
The thing is, he still got like some cool little beats. Like, did y'all listen to or watch that video? Like his son with the wrestlers and shit.
Yeah.
No.
Like, it was like the first song on there was good,
Where it's
and
all
then
like white and black, right?
Oh, you mean the
one
stuff
that cracked me
he
up
was
is just
thinking.
one that cracked me up is just this motherfucker got a whole song where he just singing and rapping in Spanish, bro. That shit is hilarious.
See,
Spanish Kanye, bro.
And you're gonna have to bleep this, but doesn't he have a song called Cock?
Hey.
What's Demo's favorite word?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
didn't understand the context when he dropped that, but he was actually talking about he was the
Oh.
giver, not it wasn't his. It
That's
was,
the song where he's like,
it was somebody else. Now I'm sucking some dick.
oh god, dude.
Damn, pause. Hey, yo, pause.
Man,
Do they know I'm
Hey,
gay,
come on,
nigga?
bro.
Do they know I'm gay, nigga?
Kanye whack now, bro. He just, yeah.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Hey, butter lube.
Like today, he said like J. Cole's music sucks.
He just
said
spazzed
that.
it out.
He said, and he's like Kendrick sucks. Like he's like, if you're a fan of Kendrick, if Kendrick's like your favorite rapper, he's like, you don't know fucking music or you don't know rap.
He did the same smear campaign to Drake, but
Hey, that shit's like sold out too. Like the Kendrick tour, like he was just in Atlanta, but that shit's like.
We should
that
probably
shit's-
touch on that tour because he did some shit people weren't expecting at the Atlanta show.
what'd he do?
He brought out Playboy Cardi, and they did one of the songs. Yeah, bro,
They did good. Is it called Good Credit, right? Good Credit.
That is,
Yeah,
he got a
that's
Mojo
the
Jojo.
one.
He got a couple, but I think that's the main one. Yeah, the Good Credit.
The newest one, the most hot one or whatever.
I heard some people saying, "Man, it would have been even better if he brought out Future to do like that," because they've never performed that together anywhere. But still, I think that's man. Kendrick is really reaching for the, he's trying to take advantage of this moment for sure. Reaching for the crowd approval.
He's
and all
balls
that.
deep in the moment right now, bro. Like,
Right.
he's literally doing a
Gatorade,
stadium
Rightfully
tour.
so.
Like he's doing a stadium tour now, and that shit is literally like sold out, bro. Like the San Francisco show is sold out.
Yeah, we are headed in that direction for the Las Vegas show, from what I last checked from a reputable source. He's did he sell out the Toronto shows? Both of them?
I mean, most likely he had to add dates.
2 dates back to back. Is top 5 gonna be there?
I know top 5 just linked up with Kanye too. That's
Yeah.
another thing that's been going viral.
He was in that video that you were talking about.
Yeah. Oh, he was sucking his dick too. I don't know. But pause, bro.
Hey.
Hey, but nah, like shout out Kendrick. This week was a year ago when Drake was telling him to drop, and then he dropped Euphoria, and then shit just kicked off, and they were dropping records back and forth. Big moment in hip hop, man. Shit was crazy. Like,
I saw that yesterday on April 29th was a year anniversary since Academics said day 19 without a Kendrick response. 16, something crazy like that. And then after that, everything changed, man. I would say.
Hey, but they're both back right now.
was
Look at
the
them. Look at Drake too. Like that. I mean, everybody's feeling that no Kia shit. I like that song now too. I didn't like it at first.
No.
They just
slapping on
Yeah.
Girl.
I like the first half though better than the second one.
Yeah.
I can't.
Nah, it's
The
like
intro to the beat is different though. It's like pop, it's pop.
yeah.
I think if I didn't have a girlfriend, I wouldn't like it as much. Or maybe
But
I
she's
would
listening
because I'm
to
trying to get on chicks. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying it's just like because it's like Drake though. It's like like people like
catchy.
Hotline Bling. You know what I mean? I feel like
Nah, for sure.
this low key might be a better song than Hotline Bling.
He really
no
made us
way.
keep waving our hands and doing that dance. so it won't be no threats. You know
It's
what I'm
like he's
saying?
just like rap. He's actually rapping this shit too in this and doing the singing shit. I'm like, how like Benny just I know it, like that shit. Like, oh, bro.
I like that.
Don't talk
bro.
about that
That's
song. Saw Jimmy love that song.
what the hell, bro?
It's a good
Oh,
one.
you
It's a
should
good
like
song.
Nokia, bro.
I don't.
That shit's like you gotta go
Baby
play it loud.
girl.
Yeah, like, have a couple shots, dance with your
Yeah,
chick.
get
Yeah,
a
bro.
spritzer
That
going.
song is
Animal
with-
shots for us are fighting.
If your girl likes that song, you will like that song.
Mall Jimmy.
By no
Like
choice.
that
Yeah.
music.
Yeah,
Like,
Mall Jimmy ain't fucking with it. So
Yeah.
But if you did, then you'd be forced to listen to this song. You know?
maybe,
Yeah.
bro. She's
my
on her
girl,
other shit.
my girl was around for the beef, and she's like, you know, when Drake dropped this, I gotta shake my ass. You know, she's trying to. I'm like,
yeah,
you ain't gotta explain yourself, girl.
I mean, Drake said it already though on that "Give Me a Hug." He's done. He's not. He's making song for the party. He's making song for the
Bro,
for
give
the
me a
bitches.
hug is what the weird dude says to the girls
That's
when you
That's
fucking
what they
hang
told
out,
him to do.
you know?
And I mean,
Oh, man.
But
That's what we love.
perfect example
Oh
again,
my
by
God,
the way,
baby,
Saw.
give me a hug.
It's the same
Yeah.
reasons that people like Drake is also the same reasons people hate Drake. You know what I mean? It's like,
'cause they like
yeah,
these, like,
the song's
fucking-
telling all these strippers he's coming back to hang out with these girls and hugging all the strippers in the club because he
Oh,
knows
yeah.
them on a personal level, like they're
I-
friends.
my favorite version of Drake is when he's really rapping, and I don't think that's when he's going at an opponent, bro. That's not what's best for him. He needs to just rap about himself and the life he lives
No,
that
but then
no one
see,
else
like,
does.
but then hardcore raps don't like Drake because he like they just be like, oh, you be doing that singing shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
and they
I
like
don't
that
hate on that,
timestamp
though.
shits. And,
I don't hate on
type
that
of
though.
shit.
no, but that's a
respect
lot
it.
though. That's just what I mean. Look at DMX.
Yeah.
Remember DMX? I like the way he look. I hate the way he talk. You know what I'm saying? He's hating on that kind of
You
shit.
can't
so,
hate
like,
on his versatility, in my opinion, but like I love when he just raps because he's in a different lane as far as lifestyle than other people. And when he
Nah,
raps
yeah.
about that and he can't relate to anyone, I think that's when he's at his best.
No, yeah, I hate when he be trying to act like a mob boss. Like,
I
it's like,
can't
bruh.
hang with that.
Yeah, cut that out, bro.
I
Hot
can't.
Times like one of my favorite songs. Drake
No, it's a good song, but like he be like trying to act like he really like Don Corleone sometimes. And that's
Oh,
why
yeah.
that's
No,
why Kendrick when he says he's
no,
like I like Drake,
no.
but then not when he trying to act hard and shit. But like,
Well, any raps that are about like self-aggrandizing these days, I kind of tune out. I can't really do it anymore. I feel like how long have we had of this
I mean,
era
that's
of
just rap
rap?
music, rap culture, though.
Well, that's
This
just
is-
rap. Yeah, like, they
that's
used to-
rap culture.
No, it's
Easy.
become that, but that is not where this shit started at all.
But
Nah,
you see,
you
there's
know?
one dude at the helm now that's really trying to change that perspective. Like he just gave
Yeah.
you an album before this GNX about him being vulnerable and like an imperfect,
Yeah,
needing
that's what
therapy
I mean.
ass dude. Like he's
he did
approaching
that
it
already
very
too
different.
with To Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah, he tried to. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't as respected. And after a damn, it was kind of like I have all your attention now.
No, but then people are fucking with To Pimp a Butterfly more than Mr. Morale.
Well, it's
Well,
just a better
rightfully
album.
so. I think so.
It's just a
I would
better
say
album.
so. As a casual,
At first, I didn't really like To Pimp a Butterfly. It was like, yeah, I like my whole thing to interpretation is like it's shit like an essay, like real
I
life.
loved
That
it
whole album.
because, well, yeah. Once I heard it first, I'm like, oh, I really got to be like, oh, put on my Koofy hat for this. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there's like when it gets egregious and it is like, yeah, it becomes like message every single song. But you know, for
Yeah.
me personally, if it seems just a little bit low effort when people are just like lying. Like out there just like, dude, I have so many bands and bitches, all these bands and bitches with my car and shit like that. And it's like,
Bands
dude,
to
what are you,
make
like
good
16?
That's why I was
Hey,
saying. That's why I was saying Drake.
But, hey, Juicy
Drake
J is fine to do that because he's talking about it's actionable what he's talking about. But when you're just saying the shit to
yeah.
say the shit, it's like, oh my god, that's
Well, that's what I was
Yeah.
saying. Drake's at his best when he raps about an unrelatable lifestyle or like the nothing was the same, like just family relationships, shit like that. I think
yeah, that's
he's at his
that's a little
best.
bit more storytelling and stuff. But
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know.
see, that's the thing. Now he don't really like talk a lot about his like his
Personal.
inner shit like that no more. I want to
Yeah.
say like,
It's
he don't really
different.
he don't rap about his son, but that's the thing. That's what the people want because he's been here for so long. Because like even look at Jay-Z, his last album 444. That's like how Kendrick did his Mr. Morale.
But that's why I like his raps now when he's like, I get on the PJ, put in my AirPods, want to be left alone. You know what I'm saying? Because like that's what he really living now.
Yeah, I feel it.
I don't know. I just like I think I'm for rap that's in the moment, like for the moment, and Kendrick certainly does that, especially when he's making comments on fame and the evolution of fame and influence. I think that everybody's pretty defanged right now, though. Like no one has really any, like, gone are the days of even where people like, Grandmaster Flash would have something to say about like the systems at large or whatever. Like nobody's really talking about, the environment. They're mostly just talking about themselves, and I think that that's kind of always.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
but a rapper comes out and talks about issues like that, bro. Like he's a very niche, rapper.
Why, yeah, but like, why? I feel like that's almost conscious that they do that now.
Because
but the thing is now that's like
that would do it.
The thing is now that rap is so broad and just so different styles of what is called rap. It's just you got to go find that for yourself. It's not really getting blown to the top no more. Now it's just all about what's viral, what's popping, what are the kids listening to.
There's hella subgenres now.
But the thing is it's so much out there, so you can easily go do that. Like that's why now even like there's people who aren't hella popping like that are still eating because people are still just not fucking with the top.
Kind of the long tail. Everybody's kind of got their own personal.
But there's still that mainstream formula of what's blasted on the radio of like the club, this and that and that.
Yeah, but bro, like very interesting that anything that is a little bit socially conscious, they're not going to be pushing anymore.
It's all about,
at all.
Of course not.
It's all about money.
No.
The closest that they came was Kendrick's song, was the A minor, like that's the closest that was, but even then that was like targeted at one person, not necessarily.
Yeah, I don't think he was doing that to raise awareness for society. I think he was.
He was with the third verse.
No, that's the point.
Raise awareness that Drake is sketchy.
The third verse, though.
Yeah, dude, that's how it remotely even comes close. It's like the only thing that has any kind of socially conscious in any way is then somebody having a targeted attack on one person. But it's like,
but look, that's arguably arguably that is his most popular mainstream song, and it's about negativity and beefing and stuff. What I mean?
He did do that though by sneaking that into the third verse. The whole thing with Atlanta. That's why a lot of people were talking about, the third verse ringing off in Atlanta last year.
Exactly. Yeah,
that was a hitter. I'm glad he did that. Kendrick is always the 3-verse traditional artist, and I love that about his raps, man, because that's that Tupac shit for sure.
Yeah, and that's on that note.
How many casuals or how many like people that just listen to that one Kendrick song, right? Only didn't even get to the last verse.
Yeah,
what I mean? Like
you're absolutely right. Yeah,
and the chorus. Just like repeated the chorus.
See, but what you notice though is his numbers for Mr. Morale went like even crazier almost than when he dropped Mr. Morale after Not Like Us, because of his mainstream appeal. After that, people were like, oh, this was his most recent project. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so his music always ages well. I will say that. He's somebody that knows how to just like he's a poet. He's not even a rapper to me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's the quality, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he goes deeper than people are willing to even see.
I just see a very interesting arc. I mean, and this is kind of coming off of our last conversation, like where we were kind of talking. Yeah, it sucks to talk about politics. Like we feel like we have zero fucking control, and everybody has made talking about politics gay now. Totally by design. They want it boring and bad and dumb, and no one should be able to talk about it because I'm tired and I don't want to deal with it.
Even though the changes are drastic right now.
Even though it is like genuinely 2 steps from fucking our lives up all the time. And so now I see this, and then I hear like all the self-aggrandizing tunes that are being put out there, and it's like there's got to be somebody out there that's either 2 things are happening. It's being suppressed, or everybody knows that you can't make $1 off of like talking about this and bringing awareness to things because it'll just go. Or both. Yeah, or both.
I think it's both.
Yeah.
If they only knew what Kendrick stood for real. Like the Super Bowl performance, he kind of revealed, and then they realized later, once they saw the artistry of this shit.
But the mass, I don't think the masses want that though. Like that's why like you said, you can't make $1 out of that or whatever, right?
But certain fans do though, and then like
because they don't
respect them more for what I mean.
Well, you'll see because
they don't want
is that we have been pacified very successfully. We have been like, no, don't remind me. Don't fucking remind me like about how this is, because we want to be just comfortable enough until we're just suddenly not. And I'm wondering, like, there's part of me that just like sees the curve of music having it be the place that I kind of came from. And especially, you brought up Tupac, or you bring up like Ice Cube. We're talking about huge names that basically established the entire industry itself. That was like their number one thing that they talked about was the stuff where it's like where they had a fucking issue, they put it simply, and things like the powers that be didn't fucking like it, and it made it more popular to do it. But nobody's like I'm really doing that now. It's almost like everybody's just kind of fucking giving up, and that to me kind of fucking sucks. And whenever I see any new music come out, and it's just like, I mean, dude, it's like fucking Kanye went from George Bush doesn't care about black people to I sucked my cousin's dick. Like, come on, man. Like,
See, but
real,
look,
dude?
and this
Like,
is why Kendrick is right now the current king of hip hop. That is hip hop, man, to help you get through these types of times when the government is pressing you and like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This uncontrollable white America is that's originally what hip hop was made from, with its roots in New York. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he is truly hip hop by that definition. No matter what is going on, he will help you relate to some shit and get through it.
Yeah, and it's not like
how
I'm
do you feel
looking
on
at
New York rap now.
Music.
Yeah. It's
music
not,
also.
I like it right now.
Well, it's not even like it's a thing where it's like my expectation is like, oh, they just need every song needs to be fight the power. No, it's not that. It's just like at least a little bit of empathy with the common person that was where that kind of came from.
Like Run the Jewels.
Not even them, dude. Not even them. Like that. That's even to me.
They're popular.
No, like to that point, but that to me, them now, especially with where I mean, this I could do a whole fucking episode on this alone, but especially where Killer Mike has ended up since releasing those 2 albums. To me, that seems a little bit more like controlled opposition, because fundamentally nothing really changed with them coming out and saying all these like really forward things like fucking kill your oppressor, bro. Okay, I'm gonna go eat this like you know, fine dining meal and have some champagne and call it a day. Like it's less about that, and it's more like, how is this not a movement generally, like across the board? Like, how is it all? Because just Run the Jewels can't.
You want some more? You want some more POD?
It's just the genre, bro. I just think the culture and the genre that's what it is. Because you look at other music, right? Like reggae, right? You still have popularity, and you could still be a type of band or artist that makes, you know, conscious music or music regarding, you know, political issues or whatever it is, societal issues, you know, and it still could be popular. But for whatever reason, in hip hop and rap in general, it's more negativity that makes it popular.
Because by programming, what you've associated with the pop and shit is what's like the naked chicks, like you know what I'm saying, like
and then
it's an escape.
Also, like I also want to say, like also like those people who you want to quote unquote saying like they real, like you know about that kind of shit. They kind of got disgusted with the way hip hop has gone. They kind of just quit. They kind of retired. Like, like look, you don't have like no Dead Prez. Like Dead Prez, go listen to them. That's like all
that's
like
hardcore shit,
anti-political shit. But like it's just like, or they don't get the push like that. Like even Ab Soul, you could talk about Ab Soul.
Right.
He's talking about like all the powers that be saying like they can't finalize my tour or whatever. I dropped I dropped Dough Burger, my album last year, and like so it's just that shit doesn't get a push like that because it's not in the forefront for what people want to hear right now.
Or if what they're saying can really affect people's minds and the way they think, you know.
Because like even look at shout out La Russell. He's hella La Russell's getting popping like that, but he's still not getting pushed to like the charts and stuff like that. But you know, and he talks about.
Would you say he's a top Bay artist right now?
He's a good example.
Absolutely.
New school?
Yeah, he's a good example. Yeah.
I had this.
He's a good example of what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like it's not overt. It's not like in your fucking face, but at least it is like it's just conscious. That's
especially when you go to his tours. Like he be saying some real shit at his concerts. Like he's always
But the culture's just changed. Look at this. Like just like for millennials at least, or even generation before us. But like, you know, as a guest of hip hop, as a kid, I started getting into it and liking it because of the whole culture and persona. It's like a escape. It's like a fantasy, right? Like you wanted to be like your favorite, you know, rappers and people. That's how I got into it as a, you know, a millennial. Right?
And you got it like the era when it was like bling bling, right? Like
exactly. Like I wanted to be like Jay-Z. I wanted to be like Lil Wayne. You know, it's fantasy, right? Like you know, like you're never like, in my mind. I was like, oh yeah, you're not gonna live like this, but this is what you wanted. Like you thought it was cool to be a gangster. You thought it was cool to be 50 Cent. Like, but in reggae, like not once did I ever say I want to be like Bob Marley. He was poor.
Bro,
you know,
for me, that moment he's talking about for me was 1995. And I saw a Big Daddy Kane video, bro. He was rapping with two
dude.
chicks on his lap the whole time, and I thought that was the coolest shit ever as a 5-year-old, bro.
But
That
see, he
changed
was
my
still
life.
he was still flowing though when he was rapping. Like the early 2000s kind of like fucked everything up, like MTV Cribs era, you feel me? Like that's when it started to be all about bling bling and all that shit.
Yeah,
Cause you think about it, go listen to those albums, they wasn't rapping about
That's
shit.
that's
But
that
they was
honestly
slapping though.
that's when all these rappers' agents got a hold of him. Like, I need you to do me this favor.
That like became the
all right,
era
enough
of
with
like
the socially conscious shit.
that became the
But
era
I
of
need
like
more
in the
bitches than
hooks and
broads
shit.
with the ass.
Yeah, and that's why you think
Fuck.
people put
We're-
Jay Z as the goat, right? Well, one of the goats of
Oh,
the
this is a
modern
New York
hip hop.
accent. Just so we're
Jay-Z
clear.
rose at the
Because of that.
perfect time, you know.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that was like
he's
why it
everything.
got popular. He was the one bringing out
Yeah,
the
but
bling
that
bling
blend-
and the yachts and stuff.
but
At
he
least in my
blended the
age, you know,
two.
when I was a kid.
That's also like why Biggie and him blended those two things is because there was a hyper realism behind what they were talking about, and their success story kind of came from, you know, I had to take this route.
Illegal activities.
Yeah, I had to take
Yeah.
this route because it was the only way to do it. And Tupac was very much the same. That's like that arc was what birthed that entire thing. And then, yeah, I guess
And now it's a career path for a lot of these
Right.
people mentally.
No, it
I mean,
is.
when
Well,
should
I
be,
mean,
yeah.
A lot of people say Jay-Z got lucky too, because you know how like Tupac died, Biggie died.
And
He
that's
was
the
able to
thing.
slide right in.
He was able to take notes on what happened with them, you know what I'm saying, and move a little different.
Yeah, he never
Yeah.
beefed, like he never would name nobody. When he named you, that's when you know he was irritated because he never dropped names. He was all subliminals. That's how rap used to be, and then now it's just
Well,
direct now, which I
Drake's
like
like
better
that.
too.
But people hate Drake for that. They're like, "Oh, I hate the subliminals, bro. Just say it."
But the thing is, he learned from Jay-Z because he's
Exactly.
a student of the
100%.
game. You know what I mean?
Right, because
his
when he
idol.
was calling Pusha T the N-word with a hard R before that, it wouldn't have quite worked out well for him. Well, I guess it didn't.
Yeah, he's another good example. Push is sick. Like all those guys that kid, yeah, like that. I don't
You mean
know.
all the guys that beat Drake, bro?
I mean, look, even Nas is still doing it at like
Yeah.
50 plus. You know what I
Hey,
mean? Like
trend
Nas
here.
got some new shit coming out pretty
Bro,
soon.
Yeah.
Nas is a bro.
Also
That is
the GOAT.
one of the most admirable rejuvenations of a late hip hop career because he got with Hit Boy, who is a very current producer, and made 5 dope ass albums.
Yeah.
That vibe with today's age, and even got Lauryn Hill on one of them. Like LeBron, not LeBron. Nas has a LeBron factor in his longevity, I would say.
Yeah. No, I agree.
That shirt is
It's funny. My entry point.
Yeah, it's all Dave's fault.
My entry point into like when I started listening to hip, I was like pretty young, just like listening to KRS-One and Tribe. So yeah, that's kind of, you can see where my arc kind of comes from. It was like, wow, these guys are talking about a reality that exists outside of my own, that is like making me more aware of like outside of my bubble. And that's that always anything that is juxtaposing any lived experience I have or allowing me to learn more is going to keep me interested. And all this stuff kind of and the more my initial complaint comes from is that all of this stuff is just kind of starting to sound the same and very manufactured, and nothing's really just interesting and moving the needle for me. And like, so where are y'all going? I mean, the only thing that I think that modern music comes close to it is probably maybe drill, because it is like violent and it's like very.
But now there's like subgenres of drill.
That's why people like it so much, because they want people to really be living their raps. That's why people love drill music.
And it scares a lot of like white people who don't like that. And I'm like, no, you have to look at it in the face now, because this is what the reality is. And I don't obviously endorse anything being actionable in those songs, but I'm just saying that anything that can make the song just like an actual reality, bring it to people's doorstep is stuff I appreciate.
But that's what attracts also like the weirdest of white people too, because look at Trap Lord Ross. That's his shit. He loves that kind of shit. And then
that's
what
like
the fuck
weird
is this dude?
spectator sport type shit. Yeah.
Hey, before we forget though, off the music thing, Young Thug finally dropped something with Future, which is big, obviously, since he's been out of jail. And
it don't really hit for me though.
I think the second half after the beat switch is obviously a lot harder. I think that second half of the beat, it goes crazy.
I'm just kind of like saw Jimmy said, I'm just kind of like, with the rap game is kind of like whatever right now. Like everybody's saying the Mozzie album's really good, but I haven't really delved into it. Yeah, he dropped everybody's saying.
Oh yeah, Mozzie did drop an album.
And then you still got the Cushion OJ too, which kind of is like a.
It's
know.
not.
I listened
It's
to that whole
it's,
thing.
it's
What'd you think about it,
It's
Sanjay?
Wiz
It's good,
shit,
it's fine. It's just like
So
what I was used to.
it's
Like what I'm
good.
used to. Really, it's fine.
It's not Cushion OJ Part 1, but I think
course.
if you're in one of those, like, you hear a Wiz song on shuffle and then you're like, damn, I want to hear some Wiz, and then you listen to Kush when you're in the mood for Wiz, you'll really enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad. Let's say that.
It's
least.
his. Okay,
not
let's put it
bad.
this way: it's not a great album, but it's his best album. You know, an album, like not mixtape, but album. His mixtapes are incredible.
Cardo did beats on this, right?
Yeah, of
he had all
course.
the classic.
It's just
people
like
on
they're
it.
just evolved now. You feel me? It's not back in the day. It's just what I mean. This is just like
exactly. He's
this is like if
37.
we were wanting the Chronic and we are waiting for Detox or some shit like that. You know,
I like some of Wiz's recent albums from the past couple of years that he dropped on the under though. Those were kind of hidden for me.
Nah, I mean
I can always put on. I can always put on.
He's
Wiz
good
and be fine.
longevity,
Still.
bro. Like,
he ain't doing his pop style shit no more. He's just rapping like Wiz now, and it's been cool for the past like 4 or 5 years, at least for me.
Yeah, because he's almost 40 and shit. So it's just like, hey.
Yeah. I mean that his cadence of da 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 da
And he pronounces his words.
He's going on a big tour with like the Baby and Chevy Woods, DJ Bonic, old school.
And then he has another concert somewhere he's doing with Sean Paul and the Baby. Oh, Sean Paul.
Okay, that's gonna be lit.
That's rare, very rare. Yeah,
big
I'm
tours
on
right
the same
now,
boat
bro.
as y'all with the music. Rap music ain't really moving me the same way for a while now.
I've been listening to old shit
since the
like,
beef ended. To be honest, maybe it's just
that was the one that.
Well, that took all the air out of the genre because now people are looking towards these two as like, what do we do? Especially Kendrick, right? So I think the next move is honestly maybe even on him to drop this deluxe of GNX at last or whatever that is that we are still missing from him.
I don't think he got.
I literally been listening to mostly reggae, and obviously the new shit that dropped. I'll check it out, and then I've been still listening to obviously the Drake R&B out and Party Next Door. I'm still slapping that heavy.
I just need somebody to be like actually controversial for once. Like I need
like
it to
Kanye?
like not not that fake shit, dude. Like that's just like grasping at straws. Like at this point, it's like once you do that, like I said, he needs to go in like the opposite direction. That will get even more crazy. Like he just like wakes up one day is like a fucking Maoist or something. It's like, oh, okay, sick. But like like it's got to just be something that is like I mean, because remember, like every day, like for a while, it's like even the pop musicians, like you'd be like, could you believe that the Britney Spears and Madonna kissed? Like nobody's doing anything fucking noteworthy. Like the most thing I saw was like Chaperone, who I genuinely have not heard a single song. They were like, we think that she pushed someone. Like there's just no.
Oh, she did.
Yeah, like there's just no movement or like our culture is just fucking stagnant, dude.
Man, I didn't even know who she was, by the way, until someone introduced me, and I was like, "Who the fuck? She's dressed as a clown and shit." And then, but she got one catchy song. Shout outs to her.
Yeah,
you know? I'm into that Pink Pony Club. Pause. But
this place is a confused melting pot at this point.
Yeah, it's like nothing is.
Yeah,
hey, I'll tell you what.
Anybody can rap,
right? I was gonna say
now, or anybody can make a song now too. Like you know what I mean? They just gotta put some auto tune on your voice, and boom. Now performance is like, oh, if you perform shit, it's like, oh yeah, this motherfucker just in the studio making songs. But that's ain't nothing wrong with that too. But that kind of affects like what you can do.
Yeah, well, the only one that can quote unquote do that, people say, is Playboy Cardi. I don't think so, but.
I mean, people, but his fans like his fans like his concerts, bro. Like they're in there.
They say he's the best performer in right now out. Period.
Nah, that's just
but
the
it's all
young
backdrops.
Yeah, that's just a young narrative. You know, they're just controlling the game.
That's their goal, you know.
About. Yeah, it's crazy, but I mean, Playboy Cardi's not that. Like he's just doing on some weird shit. It's gonna be like weird at the weekend concert.
Yeah, I'll be there, man. We'll see what his performance is like, you know.
Yeah, it's gonna be dark.
I mean, I just like his ketamine voice, though. I like that. Shit
yeah, I like that shit. That like,
almost
Future, like another filter of Future.
He's definitely as old as you.
She gripping my balls in my head.
Hey, he didn't even have that song that he dropped as a single on his album. You know that song that sounded like Future when you first heard it. And you're like,
already,
Future? Yeah,
you were mad.
Yeah, I was like, wait, this Future, right? And then it was like Playboy Cardi. No, I actually was. I was glad he changed his auto tune. I was like, oh, this is better.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
better than what he was doing. Like
Oh, this is why I
that
like
baby
this aesthetic
voice,
of his
like
auto
I
tune.
The
wasn't
baby
fucking
voice one
with the
was
baby
chopped.
voice rap. I was not fucking with that. That's when I was like that, and that's when he was like everybody. That's when everybody started liking him even more. I was like, what the hell? I was like, I'm getting old.
You want to know? You want to know who the new controversial people are that are moving culture now? That is crazy. Is fucking streamers. Like that's
Yeah,
they're
for
the
sure.
ones that are like moving things now. It feels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Oh yeah,
all
for
got a
sure. They're
cult
trying to
following.
push what's going on, and everybody wants to be a streamer too. So like, yeah, that's where I mean, that's where you could say the game has went to now. It's everything like streaming.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
If
then
you're a
Like the
celebrity right now and
interaction
you're
and
dropping something, you got to go
yeah.
on a stream.
yeah,
Yeah.
perfect example. What got look was the fucking you don't even really hear it anymore at all, but was the fucking the Jello tweaker like from the little neon fool stream. That's
That
what like
song's
blew it up, and then
Yeah.
fucking
Now it's dead.
rules, man. I need more
but
Jello, dude.
now
that
it's
song,
kind of
that
like
shit is cool.
dead though. Like his other songs didn't hit like that either. I feel like, but I think it's gonna be in Madden, so you're still gonna hear it for sure.
Yeah.
I hope he comes out with another banger. I hope he doesn't slow down.
He
at
had
all.
two.
Well, he
He dropped
dropped the
that
one
other
with
one.
Glorilla.
That one's
Yeah.
cool. It sounds similar to Speaker, so
Can
it's the
you
same
fine.
genre.
That's fine
Yeah,
though.
that's good.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly. It's
totally
like
good with
probably
that.
best for him. He should drop 10 songs on an album that sound all similar to each other.
Yeah, I'm fine with that, dude. Let that shit run.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Hey,
yeah, it's slap when it come on, so for sure. Like if you
not
just play that in an arena or something, it's like, hey, you're gonna have
Yeah.
a hell of people in the crowd feeling it.
well.
For
I'm glad
sure.
we got some time to really break down music. Without
Because we never
Demo.
do.
Yeah, because Demo isn't here to be like, can we talk on something else?
Wrap it up.
Yeah, but hey, we gotta move to some fights and stuff. So
Some boner violence.
yeah, you know,
Fig side.
gotta
Hey.
Figgy
gotta.
The
Is this a
Demo,
rematch?
we all
touchdown?
had Ian Gary last week, so shout out.
Yes.
Yeah, we all had Gary.
So
The Irish boy.
I think we're all on Corey this week as well, unless somebody dismisses or disagrees.
Oh well, shit. That I can't deny that.
Can't deny
Damn.
the skin tone.
Yeah. Oh man, I gotta say that I'm having conflictions.
I fuck with Corey.
I got a gut feeling, and I'm down to like dive on it, but I wonder if Figueredo upsets here. I'm wondering.
I mean, he's live for sure.
Anything is possible.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm smelling it. I'm gonna have to go for it. I'm gonna have to go
Saw
for
Jimmy with Figgy. Who you got on Weezy?
Sandhagen.
Sandhagen. Denver, brother. Who you got, Davy Jones?
So yeah, rocking with my boy Sandhagen.
Yep. I'm right with most of you as well, except Saw Jimmy. Demo did say he got Corey as well in this fight, so yep, we got a
Based on
4 versus
nationality.
1. One of the rare ones where I just got a
going
little
rogue.
sensation.
Rogue.
Just got a little sensation on it, man. I know that
Mhm.
Figueredo is like a little bit past his prime, but like I don't know.
Seasoned.
This just seems like the type right now. We've seen a couple of these where we're just like, oh shit, like in that like some like up and comer is going, and then like a dog who is like tried and true comes through and just like smashes the shit out of him.
I
mean, I don't have that energy.
It's possible, bro. There's been times when Sandhagen has looked like, Lil Dicky's.
He lost his last fight. It was against Umar Nurmagomedov, though.
Yep.
Like, so
big also big fight weekend for the boner violence. If you're fans of the hands, the fisticuffs, Friday is gonna be like a triple header in Madison Square Garden, the first time ever. I mean, not Madison Square Garden. I'm tripping. Times Square. They're building a ring in the middle of Times Square, and they're gonna have a fight there
outside
with Devin Haney versus I forgot his name. Teofimo Lopez is fighting. Also, then the return of Ryan Garcia against Rolly. That's gonna be a lit. And then Saturday you got Canelo fighting in the Kingdom of the Saudi.
So
and then
early.
Sunday you got the Yellow Excellence Japanese sensation Ensign like Inoue or whatever. It's this little boxer dude, but he be sleeping, motherfucker. He's fighting in Vegas. Cinco de Mayo weekend is gonna be lit.
Oh man, that's right.
It's Cinco de Mayo.
Oh no.
Yeah, Cinco de Mayo was on a Monday.
Damn.
Trash.
Monday margarita.
Need some margs.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah, but I'm the fights, the boxing gonna be pretty lit. I got into it like some comments on Instagram because Eddie Hearn had said he was hating on MMA. He was like, MMA, they have no stars. You can't name top 6 like any of their fighters. And then I was like, well, shit, vice versa. Like with boxing, like a lot of hardcore MMA guys cannot name, or like even casual MMA fans like cannot name 6 top boxers right now.
Right.
Yeah. And you don't even know if they're in the same fucking
And people
league.
are going bad on me in the comments, like, "Oh yeah, right." People do. It was like Tyson, Muhammad Ali. I was like, "Nigga, that's back in the day."
Yeah, you're talking about the most famous people. Like,
No way they pulled that out on you, bro.
Yes, bro. Yeah,
Muhammad Ali, bro.
Nigga said Leon Sphinx, George Foreman, bro. What?
Yeah, I was just like, my shit been blowing up. I was like, God damn it.
That's hella funny, bro.
It's fucking annoying. But yeah, yeah, that's why I was like, bro, like a lot of MMA guys cannot name 6 boxers, bro. Like for real.
I don't know if
Yeah,
a lot
I'm
of
one of them.
boxing
I find-
fans can name a lot of top 6 boxers. Right?
Hey, no, one thing about at least I could say about the
Exactly.
Saudi Arabia dude, he did bring boxing back, and he's making fights people want to see. So
Boxing's
That's
better now in the last like few years or couple years at least, but few years, let's say, than it was like 10 years ago.
yeah,
I
for
feel
sure.
like.
For like, nah, hell yeah, bro. Like people ducking fights, taking hella long to fight, coming
Oh,
back
bro.
fighting weak people. Like,
I
fuck.
think from like 2002 through 2017 was the worst period of boxing ever. After whatever that Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson fight was when I was 12 years old, it never seemed to be the same.
Nah, see,
Yeah.
later on, the little guys took over. You had like Mayweather, Sugar Shane
Pacquiao.
Mosley,
I understand that.
Pacquiao,
And Money
De La
May made
Hoya.
Manny and Mayweather
Sugar
was
Shane, I
one of
never
them
heard.
ones every few years that seemed to get your
But then-
attention, right?
Let's go to
Yeah,
decision.
But he became boring later in his career. He became just super like technical. It was just too fast.
Hey,
for him.
Pacquiao's fighting again soon.
I am a Manny Pacquiao.
Which is a shame.
Yeah,
And like a real fight, he's not doing like Mayweather, who does like these one-off little bullshit fights against like Japanese kickboxers.
no. Pacquiao's the underdog, I think. So he's taking real fights.
Yeah, crazy, bro. Savage. Hey, did y'all see before we go? You seen that trailer for The Rock's new movie?
Yeah. Smashing Machine.
Oh
That
yeah.
looks dope. That looks dope.
That shit
Looks
looks,
dope.
it looks gonna be like one of them ones, bro.
Maybe they'll start taking the
A24.
Rock serious from here on out.
Hey, he's
Yeah.
always doing movies with Emily Blunt. He for sure clapping those.
Dude, hey,
He
bro,
loves those
that's,
Seco white women.
that's
His
John-
wife's like that.
that's John Krasinski's wife, man. Give her
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, it's how it's Cookie Wood. So you know.
Exactly.
Yo,
It's The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. I'm gonna clap your wife's cheeks.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson here. Don't let your wife co-star with me because I'm gonna clap those cheeks.
jabroni.
They're even in that new movie that Scorsese's doing for them about him being like a Hawaiian mafia dude.
Oh, that's hardcore, dude. He's just
The
getting
Rock
back
is
in
too
there.
lit. Oh,
Yeah.
hey.
That's why he
He's
said
like,
fuck WrestleMania, bro.
your
He's like,
candy
yeah.
ass thought I couldn't act.
So,
I'm
y'all
gonna
really
clap
thought I
your
was gonna
wife's
be at-
cheeks.
y'all thought I was gonna
Live.
be at WrestleMania. It doesn't matter if I was at WrestleMania.
I'm the final boss. All right,
Final
well,
boss.
you know, Demo's not here for a fun fact, so we're gonna have a Sajid.
Well, jellyfish can actually clap your cheeks.
There's no fun facts here.
Yeah,
Only
but Rick,
inconvenient
he's
truths,
12 feet.
baby. We're here for the conspiracies. Demo's not here. He keeps the demons at the gate. From
Yeah.
1940s to the 1970s, the U.S. government conducted non-consensual radiation experiments on unwitting American citizens, including hospital patients, military personnel, and prisoners. The key places that they did this are Project MK Ultra, which was run by the CIA. Pregnant women, children, and prisoners were also exposed to radioactive materials in hospitals at Vanderbilt and Fernald School. Some were told they were receiving vitamins, but they were actually receiving radiation. These were often poor, disabled, or marginalized individuals, and who were chosen because they were expendable. How this came to fruition was the full extent of these programs wasn't publicly acknowledged until President Clinton declassified them and apologized for them in 1995.
All right, Bill.
There
All
you
right,
go.
Bill.
So there
Hey.
you go. Inconvenient truths in the place of your fun facts, keeping the demons at the door.
Yep. And George Bush doesn't care about black people.
That's right, man.
That's called motherfucking bars.
You been in another edition of the group chat on wax for yo.
Hey.
Oh, hey, shout out Davy Jones. He's gonna be on
Oh
vacation.
yeah, I'm out 2 weeks.
Oh,
All right,
I might make a
go
guest
ahead,
appearance.
go ahead,
yeah.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
man. All right,
Oh!
alrighty.